Hello everyone, good evening. Let me share my screen. I hope my screen is visible. Okay, so in bit 2, there are some questions regarding the efficiency of encoding ASCII UCS. Okay, then after that, basics of HTML and CSS are introduced in this week. Okay, so we will first see these numericals, and after that, we will see the basics of HTML and CSS. Okay. So let me just start off with these numericals. So here, uh, so there are so many things: ASCII 7-bit, ASCII 8-bit, UCS, UCS2, UCS4. Okay, so if nothing is mentioned and it is said that is ASCII code, then we will consider it as 7-bit. So earlier it was 7-bit. Okay, but in the question, if it is mentioned as ASCII 8-bit, then each character is stored using 8-bit. Okay. Basically, what happens in the machine, we see this text in the form of these alphanumerical characters. Okay. But internally in the machine is able to read in the form of zeros and ones. Then we use encoding to convert these characters into in the form of zeros and ones. Okay. We call it as encoding. So if it is ASCII, if it is only mentioned as ASCII, then we will take then each character is represented by 7 bits. If it is ASCII 8 bit, then this is new one. So each character is represented by 8 bits. Okay. If it is simply UCS, then it is each character is represented by 8 bits. If it is UCS2, which means each character is represented by 2 bytes. Okay, and 1 byte is 8 bits. So if it is mentioned that it is UCS2 encoding, then each character is represented by 2 bytes, meaning 16 bits. Okay, and if it is UCS4, which means each character is represented by 4 bytes, that is 32 bits. Okay, now how does it work? Suppose I have 1 bit. Okay, so 1 bit can have either 0 or 1. Okay, so from 1 bit we can have two distinct combinations, correct? So suppose here I have only 1 bit. Okay, so 1 bit can have 0 or 1. Okay, which means we have two distinct combinations. So for example, we can use 0 to represent small a and 1 to represent capital A. I'm taking this example just for your basic understanding. Okay, so for example, I said if it is 1 bit, it can have either 0 or 1. The value can be either 0 or 1, which means we have two distinct combinations. So say we can represent small a with 0 and capital A with 1. Okay. Now, suppose I have 2 bits. Okay. Or else, suppose here, right now I have these 4 characters, that is small a, b, c, d. Okay. Which means I have 4 different combinations. So now I have to find out how many bits are required so that it will give me 4 distinct combinations. Okay. Then this is the formula for that. N bit gives 2 to the power n distinct combinations. Okay. Suppose now I have to find out the value of n in such a way that it will give me that number of combinations, meaning the power of 2. I have to find the value of n in such a way that 2 to the power n will give me that number of distinct combinations. So right now I want 4 distinct combinations. So here I want something in the power of 2 so that it will give me 4 distinct combinations. So obviously 2 to the power 2 will give me 4 distinct combinations because 2 square is 4, correct? So this is how we calculate the value of n to find out distinct combinations. Okay, so here if my combinations are 4, then I will require 2 to the power 2, which is equals to 4, meaning I will require 2 bits. The value of n will be 2. Okay, now suppose, as I said, that I want 4 distinct combinations. So suppose I have a, b, and c, d. Okay, these are my 4 different characters, and here I want to represent these 4 different characters. So as I said, for that purpose, I will require 2 bits. Okay. So suppose I can represent small a by 00, b by 01, c by 10, d by 11. Okay, and suppose this is my text. Okay, suppose it is in this form a b b c c d d d like this. Okay, so now these things will be replaced by this. So it will be 0000 01 01 like that. Okay, so this is this is just a simple example so that you will understand how encoding works. Okay, as I said, if it is ASCII 7 bit, each character will be represented by 7 bit. If it is ASCII 8 bit, each character will be represented by 8 bit, and so on. Okay, now we will directly jump on to the question. Here we have this first question: how many bits are required to store a text document consisting of 8,000 alphanumeric characters using 8-bit ASCII? Okay, so here we have to calculate how many bits are required to store a text document consisting of 8,000 alphanumeric characters using 8-bit ASCII. So here it is already mentioned that it is 8-bit ASCII, meaning each character will be represented by 8 bits. Okay, now if we want to calculate the size of the file, or here it is said how many bits are required. So here basically we want to calculate the size of the file. Now the size of the file will be number of characters into size of each character. How many characters do we have? We have 8,000 alphanumeric characters, right? So 8,000 multiplied by what is the size of each character? We have already seen that it is 8-bit ASCII, meaning one character takes 8 bits. Okay, so it will be 8,000 multiplied by 8. So the size of the file will be 64,000 bits. Okay, I hope this question is clear to everyone. Correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Now we will move forward to the next question. Now
Ma'am,
here
in the
a
ma'am, in the
certain,
question, sorry, ma'am, sorry for the
yeah,
interruption.
go ahead, go ahead.
So, if they, instead of giving, how do we know that when they give ASCII, they're referring to 7-bit or
Yeah,
8-bit?
yeah. If nothing is mentioned, basically it is like if nothing is mentioned, you can consider it as 7
And
bit. But if it is
okay,
8 bit, it will be mentioned in the question. Okay,
oh,
questions
okay.
won't request. Okay,
So if explicitly 8-bit they'll mention, if not mentioned, then we should
yeah,
assume 7-bit.
yeah,
Okay, thanks,
yeah.
ma'am.
But mostly we always mention how many bits we are taking. We as such we don't we don't keep
Oh,
any ambiguity in the questions.
sure,
Yeah.
sure. Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Ma'am, a
Okay.
small question. When they say 8-bit ASCII, that
Mhm.
means the total number of different symbols we can represent in binary
2
is
to
2,
the power 8.
right, ma'am? Just want,
Yeah,
so
yeah, yeah.
it's okay, ma'am. Got it. And
So
one
it will have 2 to the power 8 distinct combinations.
got it, ma'am. But where? What about spaces, ma'am? Is spaces included in this?
Yeah. So see, in the lectures, you will find out, sir has given the history regarding this encoding, like how it has evolved from different bits, right? So professor has mentioned these things in quite detail in the lecture.
Got it.
So you can refer to that, okay? So
Got it.
see, basic idea behind these sessions is in minimum time, I want to cover maximum content which will be relevant to you as well as considering your exams. Okay, because see, already professors have discussed all these things in detail, and see, there is no point in discussing the same thing again and again in these sessions, right? Because we want to keep these sessions as concise as possible. Okay, and already tomorrow TA will take a detailed summary session for week 2. Okay, so again, if you have any doubts, you can ask in those sessions. Okay, so now we will move forward to the next question. A certain text document consisting of only alphanumeric characters, including spaces, takes 136,000 bits when encoded with UCS4, meaning 32-bit encoding. How many bits will the same document take if encoded with ASCII 7-bit encoding? Okay, so what is given? We have certain text document, okay, and this is the number of bits which is taken, okay, and it is said that it is UCS4 encoding, meaning Each character will be represented by 32 bits. So we know the total number of bits, okay, and we know that each character will take 32 bits. So from this we can calculate how many number of characters are there in the document, okay. Now this is the first case. Now in the second case, we know how many number of characters are there, and then we know it is ASCII 7-bit encoding. Now from that, we can calculate how many bits will the same document take if it is encoded with ASCII 7-bit. Okay, I hope it is clear. So we know size of the file is number of characters into size of each character. So what is case 1? Case 1 is when we are using UCS4, okay. So number of characters is equals to size of the file by size of each character. So it is 1,36,000 bits divided by 32 bit because it is UCS4. So it will give me 4250 characters. Okay. So we have calculated the number of characters from the first case. Now in the second case, it says that it is ASCII 7-bit. So size of the file will be again number of characters into size of each character. So we know number of characters are 4250. Now it is given ASCII 7-bit encoding. So we will multiply it by 7. So total will be 29,750 bits. Okay, simple question. Now we will move forward to the next question. Okay, you can find such questions in a quiz as well. Okay, these are simple questions, but you may find these questions in the quiz. Now here it is given let L is equals to, so this is one character set given to us. So it has small a, b, c, d, capital A, B, C, D, 0, 1 and space.
Ma'am, sorry for interrupting.
Okay.
Your voice is a bit cracky, ma'am. Like it's a bit distracting a lot.
Okay, give me a minute.
Like there is an echo coming from your side.
Okay, let me change my place. Give me a minute. Is it better now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so we are given this character set. Okay, which mean and here it is said only these characters can be used to represent text in the document, meaning we will only use only these characters in our document. Okay, if a document that uses fixed encoding for all characters is created using the character set L and has a disk size of 2 kilobytes, the number of characters in the document would be, okay, whenever it is said that it uses fixed encoding, meaning, and also it is mentioned that we are only using these characters. Okay, so it means that you will find only these characters in your document. So now from this we can calculate how many bits will be required. So here we want minimum encoding, meaning minimum bits which is used to represent this distinct combination. So right now, how many distinct combinations we have? Anybody quickly answer this question?
11, ma'am.
Okay, 11 we have. So now, and how will you find out how many distinct combinations do we want?
2 to the power of
Yeah, 2 to the power, right?
3.
So here right now, we want 11 different combinations. Okay, so let's try out. Suppose if we take 3 bits, okay, so 2 to the power 3 is equals to 8. So it will give us 8 distinct combinations. So is it sufficient? No, because we want 11 different combinations. We have 11 different characters. So now let us take 4 bits. Now 2 to the power 4, this is equals to 16. That is 16 distinct combinations. Okay, okay, so this is sufficient for us. That's why we will take 4. We will represent each character with the help of 4 bits, because here with the help of 3 bits only 8 distinct combinations are possible, but we have 11 different combinations. That's why we will use 4 bits to represent each character. Okay, so for example, say A is represented as 100 and capital A is represented at 1100. This is just for your this is just an example. Okay, so we will so right now what we have discussed, that we will require 4 bits to represent each character. Okay, now number of characters is equals to size of the file by bits required to store each character. Correct? Because size of file is number of characters into bits required to store each character. Now we want number of characters, so it will be size of file by bits required to store each character. So it is given that it is 2 kilobytes. Okay, and here it is given that 1 byte is equals to 8 bit, and here we have to assume 1 kilobyte is equals to 1000 bytes, and 1 megabyte is equals to 1000 kilobyte, and so on. Okay, ideally it should be 1024, but for simplicity of calculation, always we will assume that 1 kilobyte is equals to 1000 bytes and 1 megabyte is equals to 1000 kilobytes, and so on. Okay, now after this, now we have calculated that here. So, okay, what was asked? The number of characters in the documents would be. So, how we will calculate that? What is the size of the file? It is 2 kilobytes. Okay. So, here 2. Now it is said kilo. So, we will multiply by 1000. And we know 1 byte is equals to 8 bit. Correct? So, here again we will multiply it by 8. So, first it was 2 and it was then said kilo. So, we multiplied by 1000. Then it was given in bytes, and here we have written bits. So always you have to balance the units. Okay, we know 1 bytes is equals to 8 bits, so it is 2 multiplied by 1000 multiplied by 8. This whole number will come in bits. Divide by bits required to store each character is 4, so this is equals to 4000 characters. Okay, I hope this is clear to everyone.
Ma'am, how did we come to the conclusion of 11 different combinations?
From this character set, it was given in the question that we are using only these characters in the document, and we want minimum encoding, fixed encoding for this. So whenever you will find out these questions, so you have to check regarding the character set, how many characters are there in our set. Okay, and based on that, so here right now we have 11 different characters. So from that we have calculated that we have 11. So for this we will require 11 distinct combinations. From that we have calculated that it will take 4 bit to represent each character. This is how you have to handle such questions. Okay.
Okay.
And there could be one more variation to this. It is already there in PYQ. So I think we will discuss it during revision session. So this is given, okay. So after this, they can say that there is change in the character set. Either they can add the character to this, or they can remove the characters from this, okay. So that will change the number of bits used to represent the characters. Then they can ask you the difference between the size of the files. There could be one more combination to this, but this is the basic concept regarding this. And if there is some variation, then with the help of this same concept, you should be able to solve such problems. Okay.
Ma'am, you said,
Now,
ma'am, you said in the question it is given as minimum encoding, but there is no minimum encoding. It just says fixed coding, ma'am, fixed encoding. So does it mean that fixed encoding
yes,
is okay?
yeah, here it says fixed encoding. So I told you that here basically it means that we have to use minimum number of bits which can be used to represent that character. Okay, and how will you calculate that? You will calculate that from the given character set. How many different combinations do we have? Okay,
Okay.
okay. Mm, discuss this later. Now we will quickly jump to VS Code. Okay. So in the previous session, we have already seen how to open VS Code. I hope all of you have installed VS Code. Okay. So I told you if you go to Google and you ask for VS Code download, it will give you exe file. Download it. Okay. Then just install it. Okay. So here you can simply type VS Code. Once it gets opened, so from here you will see this file option. So the first thing is you will create a folder in your file explorer. Okay, then you will open VS Code and from here you will open that folder, and then we will start adding our files and folders in this directory. Okay, now so here, as I already told you, if you want to create a file, so you will click on this option. Okay, and suppose if you want to create HTML file, you will give the extension as .html. Okay, if you want to create CSS file, you will give the extension as .css. Okay, and if you want to create Python file, you will give the extension as .py. From here, you can add a new folder. Okay, just okay. So there is something called as boilerplate. If you click on this exclamation mark and if you hit enter, it will give you this code. This piece of code, we call it as boilerplate. Okay. So here the first line says this is declaration that we are using HTML file. Here, basically, this is the root element HTML. Inside this, you will find these two basic tags, head tag and body tag. See, if I hover on this head tag, it will show me where it is starting and where it is ending. Okay, so these are the two basic tags over here, head tag and body tag. Okay, basically this head tag has the meta information, and inside this body tag we will write our content. Okay, whatever we are writing inside the body will get displayed on the browser. Okay, so right now we don't have any server created as of now. So what we will do, there is one extension. So here you can see this is the extensions, and here there is one extension, live server. Okay, let it open, live server, and here it's retweet day. So just install this. Okay, so what will happen, so basically what happens, we require application to serve the files. Okay, but as of now we are not aware of Flask. So with the help of this live server, so here this is my HTML document. Okay, if here once you download that extension, it will give you this option, go live. Okay, and here if I click on this, so it will render this file. It will start the server and it will render this file. Okay, so okay, so this is boilerplate.
Ma'am,
Then
can you
this one
tell it
tag
again?
title. Sorry.
Can you explain it again? How to start the server?
First you have to install that extension. Okay, live server. Then here it will display you the live server, this go
From
live option.
where
Can you
from
see
where I
this?
will install this extension?
See, can you see this thing,
Yes.
this box thing? Okay. When you click on this, just write live server.
Okay.
Okay. Then it will show you this option live server by Ritwik D. Okay. Just install it. Okay. Once you install it, then it will give you this option go live. So it will be used to serve our files. Okay. Now, what I said that whatever we are writing inside the body tag that will be displayed on the browser because browser will display our HTML files. Okay. Now let me delete this for now. So after this, there is
Ma'am,
something called as, yeah, tell me.
yeah, ma'am. I mean, in my VS Code, I mean, this boilerplate exclamation and tab isn't working. I mean, I'm not getting this template. Instead, I have to type HTML5. I'm getting. So, is there anything?
When you click this, something like this will open up, Emmet abbreviation. And then you have to hit enter once this thing comes.
Yeah, ma'am. I'm not getting that. I have to type HTML5 and I'm getting this boilerplate. Do we have to
I don't know
install
why it
anything?
is happening with you. Sorry?
Do we have to install anything extra or like,
No, it comes by default.
okay? So there might be some issues with my side.
Yeah.
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay.
Now
Yeah.
there are different tags. Okay. So so you can go to W3 schools and just check that. Okay. So there are different types of tags: heading tag, division tag, paragraph tag, span tag. Okay. There are so many tags. So these are the basic tags. So the heading tag varies from H1, H2, H3, H4, H5 axis. Okay. So this has larger width and height. Okay. Then it varies. So this is the biggest heading that we can give. Then if it is H6, it means that it has the smallest size. Okay. Then there is something called as division tag. Okay. This is used to create divisions. Then we have paragraph tag. P stands for paragraph tag. Okay. So inside this paragraph tag, we write our content. Then we have span tag. Okay. So there is something called as inline elements and block elements. Okay. Now this thing is very important. There is something called as inline elements and block elements. Block elements are those who takes the entire width and their width can be adjusted. Okay. And inline elements are those elements which can come one beside each other and their width cannot be given. Okay, I will explain it again. First, let me render this file. I think if I can open preview option over here. Okay, now focus over here. Here, I have given some styling. I will come to that later. First, focus on this concept. What are inline elements and block elements? Okay, there are some elements. So even if the content is very small, see, this is my whole page, and here the content is only IITM. Still, and here you will see that I have written this 6 lines of code. Okay, but every heading is coming in the next line. Such elements are called as block elements. So here you will see I have also given background color to this first H1. So here this is my IITM. Okay, so if you see from the color, you can understand that it is taking the entire width of the page. Okay, and the second H1 is coming, our second H tag is coming after this tag, meaning in the next line. Okay, because the H tag or the heading tag takes the entire width of the page. Such elements are called as block elements. Okay, they take the entire width of the page and their width can be adjusted by us. Okay, so such elements are called as block elements, and here you will see that this is H1 tag, then H2, H3, H4, H5, H6. Okay, so it has larger height than it and the size is getting reduced. Okay, so H1 has the largest size and H6 has the smallest size. Okay, these are used to give different headings. Okay, now after that again we have division tag. So division tag is also a block element. So here you will see here the content is IITM Madras. Okay, And here also I have given it some color, background color. So here you will see still, uh, even though the content is only IIT Madras, it is only taking this much of space. But as it is division tag, it is all, as it is a block element, it is taking complete, it is taking complete width of the page. Okay. And again, paragraph tag, it is also a block element. Okay, because from here you can see again it is also taking the complete width of the page. Okay, then we have the span element, and there are also anchor tag. Okay, we will come to that. There are certain elements which will only take that much of space which is required for its content. So here you will see I have written three span elements, one below each other. Okay, span 1, 2, and it's 2. I can also write it as 3. Okay, so here I have three span elements. Okay, so here you will see they are coming one beside each other. Okay, second span is coming right after this span 1. Span 3 is coming right after this span 2. Like they are coming one beside each other. Such elements are called as inline elements. So they only take the width which is required for its content. Okay, so here span 1 is taking only this much of width. So if I keep on adding the text to it, it will take only that much of width. Okay, so this is regarding inline elements. So in case of block elements, as it is taking the entire width, we can also adjust its width. Okay, but in case of inline element, as it is only taking that much of space which is required for its content, so there is no possibility to reduce the width of this inline element. Okay, so what we have seen, block elements take entire width, and we can give width or we can adjust width of the block element. But in case of inline elements, they come one beside each other and their width cannot be given.
Ma'am, by width do you mean
Now,
size?
no, I'm not talking about the font size. I'm talking about this width. This width can't be adjusted
Got it, ma'am.
So, ma'am,
because here, okay, first let me complete this. So here you will see the size of the content is this much only, but it is taking the entire width. Okay, so here as it is taking entire width, we have an option to change its width. We can give the width to it. Say here, suppose I can give the width as 80%. Okay, let me try it out. So here, say I will give it to H1. Okay, the moment I wrote H1 and I have given width as 80%, can you see the width of H1 has reduced? Okay, and here, if I keep it as say 20%, okay, so can you see it has taken the width as 20%. Okay, so here so here in case of block element, we can adjust its width, but in case of span element, we can't give it because it only takes that much of space which is required for its content. Okay, I hope this basic difference is clear to everyone.
Got it, ma'am.
After that, okay, now there are two more basic things that we will discuss. First thing is regarding styling, and second thing is regarding selectors. So first we will discuss styling. Okay, so there are three types of styling: inline, internal, and external. Okay, if we are giving styling directly over here with the help of style tag, that is directly inside that element, we call it as inline styling. We call it as inline styling. Okay, and if we are giving styling inside the head tag with the sorry, this is style attribute. Okay, and if we are giving the styling with the help of style tag written inside this head tag. We call it as internal styling. And if we are giving styling with the help of external CSS document, we call it as external styling. Okay, is it clear to everyone?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
if we are
Yes,
giving
ma'am.
styling, okay, so it is very simple, right? Inline styling meaning we are giving the styling inside that line. Okay, so this is my tag. I am giving styling directly inside this line with the help of this style attribute. So how we will give styling? We will write style is equals to, inside this quotation I will give background color. Okay, there are different types of styling we can give. Font color, background color, width, height. There are so many things. Okay, so we will first start off with the basics, and in the open session, we will see all these things in detail. So here I'm giving styling directly inside the tag with the help of style attribute. So here I am giving background color. Okay, so here I am giving background color as red. Okay, so how do we give? Style is equals to, inside these quotations we give the styling, then colon. So here it is background color, then we are giving red, and we are ending it with semicolon. This is how we give inline styling. Okay, now we have internal styling. So internal styling we give with the help of this style attribute. Okay, which we will write inside this head tag like this. Okay, and if we are using the external CSS file like this, then we call it as external styling. Okay, this is how you give external styling. We will write that. Okay. I hope this thing is clear to everyone. Now
Ma'am,
there is
how
something
do
called
we
as,
sorry, how do we apply the external styling to a existing HTML document?
we link. Yeah, we link that external CSS file to our HTML document. Okay, I will come to that. So before that, there is something called as order of precedence. Okay, just give me a minute. Okay, I will explain this example. Now, there is something called as order of precedence. Now, suppose I am giving styling to say particular element with the help of inline styling, internal styling, and external styling. If I am giving same thing, same styling to the single element with the help of different stylings. So how would I know which final styling it will take? Okay, then we have this confusion, right? Suppose here to this division, I am giving the color red. Okay, right now just forget. Okay. Style.css. As of now, just forget this important. Okay, so now to this division, I am giving styling with the help of inline styling. I am giving color as red. Color meaning font color. Okay, so I am giving color as red. Okay, now here, now here, with the help of internal styling, I am giving the color as blue. Now, if you want to link this external file to our HTML document, for that purpose, we use link tag. Okay, so this is the syntax. We will write link rel is equals to style sheet and href is equals to style.css. This is the name of my CSS file. So this is the syntax that you have to follow. Okay, so if you want to link the external CSS file to your document, we will use link tag. Okay, then if you have internal styling, we will write it after this link tag. Okay, now our question is here. I have three divisions. Okay, to the first division, I am giving color red with the help of inline styling. Then I'm giving color blue with the help of internal styling. And now also we have this external styling with the help of style.css. Now style.css is giving color yellow to that text that is written inside the division. Now we have this confusion, right? Whether it should take yellow color or blue color or red color, right? So for that we have something called as order of precedence. So order of precedence is inline followed by internal followed by external. Okay, so let me give the preview for this. Okay, so here you can see this first IITM is coming in red color. Why it is coming in red color? Because I have already said that the order of precedence is inline styling followed by internal styling followed by external styling. If we are giving all the three stylings, then the highest precedence will be given to the inline styling. That's why it is coming in the first IITM is coming in this red color. Okay, then this IITM 2 and 3. Now here I have not given inline styling. Then here we have two types of styling. We are giving styling with the help of this internal styling and then external styling, right? To this division, we are giving this styling. So how do we give the
Excuse me,
styling?
ma'am.
So
Ma'am,
this
I
is
have one question.
type of selector.
Ma'am,
So
I have one question.
then
If I write link column, link line below the style in the head, if I write a link means that external sheet line below the style tag, then what will be the precedence?
see there is certain format that we have to follow, right? If I write this below this, it will change the precedence. But this is the standard format that we have to follow, and based on that, we have decided this precedence.
Okay, okay. Because in the screencast, sir told that whatever sequence in whatever sequence you write, the things means the options, the HTML will take that precedence only. Means
Okay,
what?
let us check that as well. Okay, let us check that also. Okay, I can do that. So this is my division, and we and write this link tag over here. Can you see what is the color now?
It is yellow.
Yes, that's why I have said there is certain format of writing that we have to follow. Whenever you will write this link tag, this external CSS, whenever we link it after, before this style tag, only then we have this order of precedence.
So
Because this is the
what is the
format
color
that we
in
follow.
the external file, ma'am?
Yellow,
Style.css.
yellow.
Okay, then it is now what in whatever order we write, the precedence will be according to that only, no?
See,
Because
understand one thing. There is certain format in which we write the code, right? So here, this is the format that we have to follow. Based on that, so here, first you have to link the external CSS file. After that, you write internal style. Okay, and when you do this, then it follows this order of precedence: inline, then internal, then external. Okay, right now you have seen when I wrote this link tag after this style tag. Okay, Then his IITM 2 and 3, they have taken yellow color.
Because that
And this
was
is not the correct way of doing it. Sorry.
okay. No, because that
But it was
this
not following, then again, it was not following the order of precedence, right?
yeah.
Because it is coming from external CSS. This is internal CSS. What is order of precedence? Inline, then internal, then external. And when this will follow, when external CSS file is here, and after this we have this internal CSS. Okay, when the format is standard like this, in that case it will follow this order of precedence. You will never find in question that we have written it like this.
Yeah. Okay, ma'am.
Okay, is it clear?
Yeah, it is clear.
Okay, I hope this is clear. Then there is something called as exclamation important. Okay, right now we are seeing inline has the highest precedence followed by internal and external. But exclamation important over over anywhere, then it will have the highest precedence. So we know that this precedence is given to this external CSS file. Now here, suppose I write exclamation important. Okay, suppose if I write it like this, can you see all of them are coming in yellow color? Why so? Whenever we write this exclamation important, it will have the highest precedence over everything. Okay. So if you have written exclamation important in the external CSS file also, then it will overwrite all the stylings. Okay. It is going to have the highest precedence. So here you can see that all of them are coming in yellow color. Is it clear? So so this is the complete order of precedence. Exclamation important, followed by inline, followed by internal, followed by external. So doesn't matter wherever you are writing this exclamation important, even if you are writing in the external CSS file, it is going to have the highest precedence and it will take that styling. That's why all of these divisions were coming in yellow color. Is it clear to everyone? I
Ma'am,
hope it is clear.
ma'am, in the
Hmm.
link, what do you mean by rel? REL.
Actually, these are so here basically these are the predefined things. I don't know the exact meaning for that. Here
Okay.
it is giving some description for that. Yeah.
Okay, ma'am. So if we don't write it, is it fine, or do we have to mention it?
Whenever you write this link tag, this things comes by
Oh,
default
autofill. Okay, ma'am.
inside. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Got it.
It will come by default.
Thank you.
Okay.
Ma'am,
So
can we get
here,
these HTML files?
sorry.
Can we get the HTML files which you're working on? The Q5,
Yeah, yeah,
Q4.
yeah. I will share it under SWI source code.
Oh, okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay.
Ma'am, quick
So
question.
right now we have.
Sorry, ma'am, quick question. This in the text in the code, what you've written, the red label. Let us say, for example, color colon. There's a red sort of a box, and then you type red. Can you show me how you are able to get that while typing this label red? You just type red, or
This thing. Yeah, I just this box. It will come
yeah,
by
yeah,
default.
automatically. Oh, okay,
It
okay. So
comes
you
by,
just
yeah,
type red, and it
automatically
will
it
come. Okay,
comes.
fine.
Yeah.
Thanks.
So here, see, I have written blue. This
Okay,
box will come by default.
okay. Thanks.
So here I write say right. See, it will come by default.
Okay, okay.
Ma'am, can you once please show how you connected this live server?
Right now, this thing is coming by preview. Okay, so here, let me close this. First, I installed that extension from here. Here you get all the extensions. I've written live server. So this is giving me this option by Ritvik Day. Okay, so I will install it. Once I install it, it will show this option, go live. Okay, so when I click on go live, it will render this file to me. Okay, can you see this address? So this is the address, that is a local machine, and here this is the port taken by it, and here it says q5.html. This file is getting rendered. Okay, so this is the output for that code.
And what is the meaning of extension?
Like, how will I explain that meaning? Like, they are just like, I think, plugins, like small services that they are providing. Like, I don't know exact definition for that. I don't know uh, how to put it. Okay, so this is regarding the precedence of styling. Now there is something called as selectors. So let me check this file. Okay. So now there is something called as selectors. So there are basically three types of selectors: ID, class, and element selector. Okay. So you can consider it like just like a student in the class and a department. Okay. So a student will have a particular ID. Then a group of students will form a class, and classes together will form a department. Okay. So a student will have a particular ID, then a group of students will have a class, and a group of classes will have a department. So ID selector is a selector which will give specific ID to that element. Okay. Suppose if we want to give styling only to a particular element, in that case we use ID selector. Okay. Suppose if you want to give styling only to a particular element, then we use ID selector and it is represented by this symbol hash, I guess. Okay. Then there is class selector. If you want to give styling to a group of elements, then we use class selector and we use this dot to represent a class selector. Okay. And then there is called as element selector. So here suppose we have multiple divisions in my document. Okay. And
Ma'am,
if
I
I
am not
want
getting it.
to,
What is this all about? Oh,
sorry,
class. Can you repeat? Can you
I
restart
have
from?
only given the example. I have
No,
simply given the example.
uh, so no. What for?
Excuse
What
me,
you
ma'am.
are giving example for which topic?
I was discussing selectors. Okay. ID selector, class selector, and element selector.
What are
For
selectors?
that, I have given that is what I'm explaining you, right? Please let me explain this first. Okay, then if you have doubt, you can ask me. Suppose if you want to give styling to a particular tag, okay, then suppose we have a specific type of styling. Suppose to a specific, so this is my content IITM online and it is inside this division. Okay, suppose if I want to give particular styling only to this element. Okay, suppose if I have multiple divisions, okay, and if I want to give styling to only this division, suppose if I want to give the say color as red, meaning font color as red, say background color as green, and say width as 80%. Okay, this is the specific stylings which I want to give to only this tag. Okay, so for that case, I need to select this tag, right? Clear? Now here, suppose inside this document, I have multiple divisions. Let me uncomment this first. Okay. So here I have 4 divisions. Okay. And now I want that only to this division, I want to give particular styling. Basically, I want to select only this tag. Okay. So that we do using ID selector. So I said that a student in a class has the ID card, okay, and it is specific to only that student. So you can consider it as a ID selector, okay. Then a group of students will contribute to a class. So if you want to give styling to a group of tags, then we use class selector. Okay. And if in general we want to give styling to a lot of elements together, okay, then we can use element selector. Okay. Now, so if I want to give styling to only this particular element, meaning then I will have to select this tag, right? Because I want to give some stylings to this class, to this tag, right? To this content. So I will have to select this tag. So if I want to select only particular tag and if I want to give the stylings, we will do it with the help of ID tag. We call it ID selector, sorry. We call it as ID selector. So we write it as ID is equals to, then inside this quotation, suppose we have written IITM. So this IITM is going to be the ID selector for this tag. Okay. And after this, we have class selector. So class, with the help of class selector, we can give styling to some group of tags. Okay. Suppose this is only 4. Now assume that we have hundreds of division. Okay. And uniformly, I want to give styling to all the divisions. So for that, we will use element styling. Now, if I want to give styling to only 4 or 5 divisions, that is group of tags, and for that purpose, I can use class selector. But if I want to give styling only to a particular element, then I will use ID selector because I want to give styling to only that particular element. Okay, what is ID? ID is specific to the student, right? That's why I have given this analogy. So if I want to give styling only to that particular tag, for that purpose I will use ID selector, and this is the way of writing it. ID is equals to, now inside this quotation, if I write IITM, so this is the name of the ID selector for this tag. Okay, and here you represent this by hash symbol before this IITM. Okay, if it is a class selector, you write dot before that, and for element selector, you simply write the name of that element. Okay, is it clear?
One difference between
Now,
ID selector and element selector.
yeah, I will come to that. Now here ID selector, this is what I am explaining, right? ID selector is used when you want to give styling only to a particular element. Here we have lots of divisions, right? But I want to give styling to only this first division. So I will have to select that, right? So for that purpose, I'm using ID selector. This element has specific ID, just like a student. So here I have given the ID as IITM. So explicitly I can give styling to only this particular element. Okay. Now if I want to give styling to group of elements, then I will use class type. Now suppose I have, as I said, if I have hundreds of divisions and I want to style it uniformly, then simply I can write div, because this is division element. Then inside this I will write styling. So this is element styling. This is element selector. This is class selector, and this is ID selector. Is it clear to everyone? Now, there is something called as order of precedence. So, the order of precedence for selectors is ID followed by class followed by element. This is their order of precedence. Okay. Now, again, there is something called, let me first explain this. Let me remove this. See, these things are very new to all of you. It might sound confusing, okay? But focus on these things, okay? And it will be clear to you step by step. Okay. Once you watch this session, again watch this session in 2x speed, and I will be sharing these files with you. You just practice it on your own. Try out different combinations, and it will be more clear. Okay. As these terms are new, you may find it difficult, but I'm trying my best to tell you in very basic language and with very basic examples. Okay, that's why I won't be taking very complex examples today, but in the next session we will like I think we will build a professional website. So in that case, by that time most of the things will be clear to you, but today I'm trying to keep this session as basic as possible. Okay, so this is regarding the selector. Okay, now,
Ma'am, can I
so
ask
here
one
we have
question?
4 divisions. Yeah, tell me.
Ma'am, what is difference between the inline styling and ID tag? I- Is it
Say
same?
these things are different. That is styling. This
But
is
we are
selector.
doing the same. We are
Why
doing
are
like
you, why
inline
you
styling.
guys are getting confused with that? Here, this is styling. If you want to style this particular element with the help of inline styling, we do it like this. We write it directly inside that. Okay. If you want to give styling, uh, like if you are giving styling with the help of the style tag, right? If you are writing it over here, then it is internal styling, and if we are using external CSS document, then that is external CSS. Okay. So suppose what is the use case? Suppose here there are certain elements in my document, and if I want to style them all at once. Okay, suppose uh, this file has some divisions, some paragraph tags, some heading tags. Okay, and suppose if I want to give the color as gray to all my headings, so for that purpose here I will use style tag. I will write H and I will give color as gray. Okay, but suppose only to this first heading, suppose I want to give the color as red. So for that purpose, what I will do, can you do it with the help of internal styling? How will you do it? We have number of divisions, right? We have so many. So here, just consider this example. Here we have these 3 divisions, right? And suppose, and here we also have some paragraph tags and other elements. Suppose if I want to give the styling to all the divisions all at once, so I can use internal styling like this, or else I can use external styling. Okay, but here suppose I want to give styling to only particular element. I want to give color red only to my first heading, so I can use inline styling for that, because if I want to give styling to only that particular uh, I want to give this small styling to only that element, so I can use
I
inline
got,
styling for that. Okay,
I
now
I
suppose
got.
I have multiple. Okay, let me first complete this. Suppose I have multiple documents. Okay, so this is say q5.html, I have q6.html, q7.html. So there are some stylings which I want to give to multiple documents. So in that case, and if I want to give similar stylings, so what I can do, I can create this external CSS file, and I can link this external file to this documents, that is q5.html, q6.html, q7.html. So these are the uniform stylings that I can give to different documents. Then if there are certain uh, like certain stylings which is specific to that document, then I can use internal styling. And suppose I want to give styling to that particular tag, a small styling to that particular tag, then I can use this. Okay, now this is regarding styling. Now we are talking about selector. Now don't confuse this with styling. This selector thing is different, styling is different. That is regarding styling, and we have seen order of precedence for styling. Now this is selector. Selector meaning you want to select that tag and now you have to give styling. So then there are 3 types of doing it. Now if you want to give styling to only one element, so we will, for that purpose we will use id tag. Now if you want to select a group of elements and if you want to style it, then we can use class selector. And if we want to give styling to multiple elements inside the document, then for that purpose we can use the element styling. So in case of element styling, you write the name of the element. So here it's division. Then inside this curly bracket, here suppose I am giving the styling as color yellow. Okay, and here suppose if I want to give styling to that particular element. Okay, suppose here uh, let me give you an example. Now suppose this is my division, first division, and here I have given ID is equals to IITM. Now here suppose I want to give font color, I want to give background color, I want to give border width, I want to give so many things. Now if I write it over here, style is equals to this, that, then it will extend this line, right? It will increase this content. But if I simply use this ID selector, if I select this, then inside this bracket I can write multiple stylings all at once. Clear? So there are basic differences and it depends on how we want to use it. Okay, so I hope these stylings are clear to everyone. Now let us
Clear,
jump to this. Sorry.
clear, ma'am. It is clear.
Okay, so now we have this order of precedence as ID, class, and element. So let me first open the preview for this. Okay, so here we have this first division. Okay, let me write it like this. Okay, here say it's IITM 1, it's 2, this is 3, and this is 4. Okay, so we have 4 different divisions. To this first division I am giving, so how many stylings are being given to this first division? Can anybody answer this question? We are giving styling with the help of ID selector, we are also giving styling with the help of class selector, and we are also giving styling with the help of element selector. Correct? Because we are giving color yellow to the division. Then here we have also added class, and here we have also added this ID selector. Now with the help of ID selector, it is giving color red. Sorry,
Ma'am,
tell
we
me.
can do it with the directly with the body, right? To the whole body.
Meaning?
I mean to say that we are taking classes different by different, but if we want to it to apply on the whole body, then we can take the body as a selector, right?
Yeah, you can also do that. Okay. So now here I have given ID selector and class selector. Okay, and also element styling is getting applied to this division. Now we are giving color yellow to the division with the help of element styling. Then we are giving color green with the help of class. And then we are giving color red with the help of this ID selector. Okay. Now here we have the confusion which styling it will take, right? Now for this purpose we will follow the order of precedence. So here you will see this IITM1 is coming in red color. Why it is coming in red color? Because here ID selector is giving red color and we know it has the highest precedence. That's why it is IITM1 is taking red color. Now here in division 2 and 3, what stylings are getting applied? Division and class. But we know the order of precedence between class selector and element selector is class has higher precedence over element selector. That's why it will take color green. That's why IITM 2 and 3 they are coming in green color. Now in fourth case we are neither giving ID nor class. So only element styling is getting applied to this. That's why here you will see that it is taking color yellow. I hope this is clear to everyone. Okay.
Ma'am, if you give
Now after
uh,
this,
uh, importance to like importance
yeah,
tag
that is what
to
I'm explaining right now. Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
okay,
wait.
sorry.
So what we have seen that element has the lowest styling. But what will happen if we write exclamation important over here? So we will see this. Now here, suppose if I write this exclamation important, now you see all of them are coming in yellow color. Okay. So what is the final order of precedence? Exclamation important, followed by ID, followed by class, followed by element. Now, if I remove this, now if I remove that important, then you will see it is coming in yellow color. Okay. Now, one more thing. What happens if I give the same styling again and again? Okay. So here I have written division. Inside this, I have given font color yellow. Right after that, I have written division and I have given color aqua. So whatever is the latest one, that styling will be taken. So here the latest styling is color aqua. That's why this fourth IITM 4 is taking aqua color. Okay. So because this styling is getting overwritten on this, that's why we are we can see this IITM 4 is coming in aqua color. Okay. I hope this is clear
Ma'am,
to
could you repeat the
everyone.
last point, aqua point, once again, ma'am?
Okay. So now just focus on this fourth division. Now fourth division doesn't have ID nor selector. Okay. So the styling is directly coming from the element styling. Now I have written division color yellow. Okay. After that again I have written division color aqua. And after that I have written division color aqua. Now I have given the same styling twice. So this styling will override the previous one because we are giving same styling again, right? So whatever is the latest one, that will be applied. That's why for IITM 4 is coming in aqua color. Okay.
Yes,
Now
yes, ma'am, understood.
after this, okay. Now after this, so we have seen the basics regarding HTML and CSS. Then we have seen styling, their order of precedence, then selectors and their order of precedence. Now let me check other questions.
Ma'am, so if we add an IATM 5, the color will be aqua. Then color of the
Yeah,
IATM
it
4
will
will
be
be
aqua.
changed.
No, why it will change?
Okay, okay.
Ma'am, what
It will
if
also come in aqua color.
we write the important in all three part div, class, and ITM?
Sorry.
Ma'am, if we write the exclamatory important part in all the three parts in the div as well as in the class and ITM both, then how will it act?
As such, we don't give it like that. But again, let me check that as well. I think then it will follow this ID class element precedence. Let me check that as well. So to this first division, we are giving ID, class, and element. Okay, and we are also giving exclamation important. So if we are giving the same thing, then for exclamation important also, it is following that if ID is having the exclamation important, then it is taking red color. Then in say IITM 2 and 3, we have exclamation important in class as well as element. So as class has high precedence over division, then it is taking green color and the rest is taking yellow color. Okay. So now after this, check discuss this. Okay, there are some questions in the document. Let me discuss that as well. Okay, now the document first. Now, there is something called as anchor tag. Okay, this anchor tag is used to create hyperlinks. Okay, you will find that sometimes, just give me a minute. Okay, in the document, sometimes you find hyperlinks. Okay, when you click on that, it will go to some another page. Okay, we call it as hyperlinks. Okay, so here if I render this, okay, here you will see, just ignore this thing. Okay, just focus over here, that here it has created this hyperlink. Okay, when I hover on this, it is showing like this. Okay, and here, so there are now there are two things. Okay, anchor text and the page where it is getting directed. Okay, so now here, this is my anchor tag. Now whatever I'm writing inside this tag, that thing will be displayed on that page. Okay, so this is anchor text and this is the address where we want to go. Okay, so here if I click on, so here if I click on this page, it will redirect to this page. Okay, so this is hyperlink. Then we have the image tag. Okay, so this is division. Inside this we have this IIT Madras. Now we have image tag. Now this image tag has this attribute SIC, wherein we give the address of that image. Okay, then here we have one more attribute, ALT. So sometimes you will see, for some reason there is some broken image. Okay, so here suppose if we are writing ALT and for some reason that image is not getting displayed, so we have this idea, okay, this picture is regarding nature. This is the purpose of using this ALT attribute. Okay, so now if I go to this page, this u4.html. Okay, so now here you will see that this is the hyperlink that I have created. When I hover on this, it will redirect to that that page. Okay, so this is my anchor text which is getting displayed over here, and if I click on this, it will redirect to that page. Okay, now here this is my image. Okay, and here IIT Madras is written. Let me go to that code again. Okay, so here check this.
Ma'am, what are the shortcuts you are using for removing the comment out?
This control and forward slash. If I click on control and forward slash, it will comment it. If I again click on control and forward slash, it will uncomment it. Okay. If I press control D, it will copy the previous line. Okay. I will write it down and I will share it with you. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
And if I click on ALT, suppose this is my line, okay, and if I click on ALT and arrow button, then it will come, like wherever I'm taking it, that line will move. Okay, now again, okay, let it be like this only. Okay, now this is the image tag. Okay, now in this image tag, we have this attribute src, wherein we will give the image URL. Okay, and here this ALT is written. So whenever, if for some reason this image is broken, then this is used to describe that image. So here I have written ALT is equals to nature. So it says that this picture is regarding nature. Okay. So as of now, just don't focus on this. I will come to that. Okay. Now this is how we add image to our page. If I go back to that page, so here it is displaying this image. So this is this nature image. Okay, and it is coming from here. So here this is the image address. Okay, now suppose for some reason, let me first copy this. Okay, let me copy this. Now for some reason the address is not correct. Okay, like something like this. Now the address is not correct. So can you see it is broken image. So here this
Yes,
thing is
yes, ma'am.
coming nature. So it is coming from that. Now, okay. So now there is something called as background image. Let me comment this for now.
Ma'am, anchor means
Okay.
A,
Now
right?
for
The
yeah,
letter
anchor
A,
means
right?
A. Yeah.
Okay,
This
okay,
A
okay.
means anchor type and it is used to create hyperlinks. Okay. Now here we have this division tag and inside this I have this text IIT Madras. Now I want to give background image to this division. Okay. So how can I do that? For that I can use this styling background image. Then it has URL. Now inside this URL, I can mention the address of the image. Okay, and I can give margin, width, height to it. Width you already understand. Height you understand. Margin is the space after the border. Okay, I will discuss these things in detail later because it will confuse you at this point of time, and we don't have much time right now. So let it be. So I just focus on this background image. If you want to give background image, then you write it like this, background image. Then inside this, we have this attribute URL. Inside this, we give the image address. Okay. So it will come like this. So this is the background image which is coming for this text.
Of
Okay.
this,
Now I will go to, sorry.
ma'am, but image tag is required for that, for putting
No,
that
no, no.
link
This is
image link.
background image. No, see, this is the styling that I'm giving. I'm giving background image. If I want to add image to my text, I will use image tag. But here I'm giving background image. See, these two things are different. Here, in the prior case, I was adding my image to my text. But here, right now, I am giving background to this division. So
So
for that
here
purpose, if I want
also
the
short
image
of,
as a background, so we use background image. Sorry?
so image is coming in that background, right? Image will be
Yeah,
displayed.
yeah,
So
yeah.
what is difference between placing a different, because there we are placing in image tag and here we are placing in
See. Don't
style.
get confused with it. If I want to add an image in the content part, so I will use image tag. Okay. If I want to give
Okay, okay.
image as a
That is
background,
that
this is
that is
background image.
okay. This is HTML code and that is CSS part, right?
Yes. Okay.
But background image should come in the whole page, ma'am, isn't it?
No, I have applied to that division
Coming
only.
as
This is the image. This is the image. This is a part of the content. After this, I have written, say this thing. Okay. Now it is coming like this. So this is the part of my content, this image, then I have this content. But if I want to give background image, so you can consider it as a part of styling. Okay, now if I want to give the background image, let me comment this for now. Now here this is my division. Okay, this is my division. So it will create a section. Now inside this division, I have this paragraph tag which has text IIT Madras. Now if I want that some background should come for this text, so for that purpose I am giving this background image. Okay, now if I go to that page, so here you will see this is the background image. This image is coming in background to this text. Is it clear
But
now?
ma'am, I have doubt with the code we have written that the things we've written in this flower verses, right? That is CSS part or it is HTML?
This is CSS
Style.
part. This is styling.
Okay, okay.
See,
And
if we are
the thing
simply
one we have written,
if we
and
are
this
simply
is
writing the tags, it is pure HTML. But wherever the style tag is coming, or we are using style attribute or external CSS file, then that is CSS part.
Ma'am, if
This
you
style.
create the second division, currently we have one division only. If you create the second division, div tag, so the image will come twice, or that text will be added to that image only.
Like this.
Yes, ma'am. Give it some another name, text.
Okay. Now here I have given this width and height over here. Okay, width as 200 pixel and height as right now if I give it as 50. This is how it works. Because division create different sections in the document.
So if you remove them altogether, will it take the entire page by default?
This background image is styling for particular element. Okay, let me try this
No, I'm
out.
talking about the margin, width,
Basically, what
and height. If you remove those details, will it take the entire page? The image will take the entire page by default?
let us check that as well. How it works. It is coming like this. It
Oh,
is repeating itself because this is a block element, right? So it is taking the entire width.
all right.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
that part of the image is getting repeated.
Ma'am, how come IIT Madras is taking yellow color, ma'am? You have not given any yellow right over there. It should be in white or black. Sorry, black, right?
Where
Like over there.
this text,
It's yeah, text is in yellow and you have not specified any color over here.
it is coming from style.css file. If you remember, we have given yellow color.
Okay, okay. Oh, okay.
Okay. I hope these
You
things
you
are clear.
you have attached that file over here, ma'am. In
Yeah.
okay, okay, okay. Sorry.
Okay. Let me quickly go through this document. Okay. So these things we have already discussed. Now tell me which of the following is the correct way to create a hyperlink in HTML?
Option A.
Option A, obviously, right?
Ma'am,
Because
what is
anchor
full
type
form of
text is red.
href, ma'am?
So these are the things that comes by default. Href, I don't know. Not
Okay,
sure.
okay, okay.
Hyperlink reference. Something.
Yeah, you can consider it like that because it was not that important, so I didn't focus on that.
Okay,
Yeah,
ma'am.
you can
Usually,
consider
like
it
in
as
general,
hyperlink
we call it
reference.
as a link, right? Like we never use hyperlink as such word like in normal.
Yeah, but it is basically a hyperlink.
Okay, okay. Yeah, yes,
Okay,
understood.
so
Yes,
for
yes.
this, A is correct. Okay, now uh, you have to solve this question. Okay, now
Ma'am,
consider the following code segment. Sorry,
it's hyper
link.
text reference. It's called a hypertext reference. HRF.
Okay, it's hypertext reference. Now tell me what is like Will you remember that thing? Hypertext reference or simply href is fine. That's why
No,
I
but
don't
HRF
focus
is
on
fine.
such
Actually,
things which are not that relevant. Yeah.
it
The
can be a
thing is, you
good
should be
question.
able to use it. The definitions are not that important at this point of time. Okay, and nobody is going to ask you what is href
Yeah,
and
you're
all
right.
these things. Okay.
But
Yeah, but for your knowledge, you can check that. Okay. Now, this is the question. So here we have this question. Consider the following code segment. Okay, and you can find such questions in the quiz. So focus on this question carefully. Okay. So this is the HTML code given to us. So here we have one division. So here we are giving styling to this with the help of inline styling. We are giving the color as red. Okay. Now with the help of internal styling, we are giving the color as blue to this division. And then again we have style.css file. We are giving yellow color. Okay. Now tell me what will be the final styling? What will the final color which will be taken by IITM1?
Ma'am, red.
Red color.
Okay.
Red.
It will take a red color because we know the order of precedence. It is inline, then internal, then external. Okay. Now here we have this code. So here we have this division. Now it is taking class and ID. Okay. Now we are giving styling to this division with the help of both element styling, with the help of element selector, ID selector, and class selector. We are giving three stylings. Quickly tell me what will be the final styling which will be taken by
Green.
IITM only.
Ma'am, red.
Green.
Red, ma'am.
Why red?
It's in inline.
In a ID,
Ma'am,
it's
because
ID,
ID,
right?
ID. Sorry,
ID,
sorry. ID,
ID.
ID.
Oh, sorry. ID.
Now here we have this descriptive question. So here it is written, create a simple HTML document with the following requirements. Okay, we have to include a heading with the text my web page using an h1 tag. Okay, then we have to add a paragraph with the text welcome to the world of HTML. Okay, using a paragraph tag. We have to create an unordered list. Okay, this part is missing. I will explain this. So here we have to create an unordered list with three list elements. The list item should contain the text item 1, item 2, and item 3 respectively using li tags. And here we have to include a link to this with the anchor text visit example.com using an anchor type. So everything is mentioned over here. You have to simply tell us the code, the finalized code. Okay. So here we have four options. Now out of this we have to select the correct code. Okay, before coming to this, we will discuss what are ordered list and unordered list. Okay, where are the okay, here we have this. So now there is something called as ordered list and unordered list. Ordered list means it has a particular sequence 1, 2, 3, 4 or ABCD or Roman numbers. Okay, and unordered list are simply a list of elements. Okay, and as it is unordered list, it doesn't have a particular order. Let me open the preview as well. Okay, so first we will discuss unordered list. Okay, now here we have inside this item 1 we have this unordered list. Okay, as I said, as it is an unordered list, so we use ul tag for this. It says unordered list. Now inside this we write the elements with the help of li tag, that is list items. Okay, so now there are different types in unordered list. So if I write type disk, so it will come like this. This rounds will come. Okay, if I write square, it will come like this. Okay, if I simply write circle, then it will come in the form of hollow circles. Okay, after this there is something called as ordered list, and by default it will be the disk type, that is the first one. This is by default. Now there is something called as ordered list. So for ordered list we write this ol. Okay, then we have this type. So here, if we click over here, it will also give you some description. Okay, if you hover over there, that A indicates lowercase letters, capital A indicates uppercase letters, small I indicates lowercase Roman numerals, then these uppercase numerals, and one indicates number, and this one is default. Okay, so based on the use case, we set the type. Okay, so ordered list, the name itself suggests this is a list which has certain sequence. So here I have this ordered list. You can also nest this element. So here we have this ordered list which has basically these 4 items. Item 1, item 2, item 3, item 4 and 5. Now inside these items we have this unordered list. Okay. Now simply focus on this ordered list. Now this is the ordered list. Now it has basically 5 items, item 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So as I said, we will use li tags for this list items. So here we have item 1, item 2, item 3, 4, 5. Okay, now we can also nest these tags. So now inside this item 1, I have unordered list. So I have written ul tag, and here I have written item 1, item 2. So it is coming like this. Okay. And here I have mentioned type is equals to capital I. So they are coming in uppercase Roman numerals. Okay. Now, and as I said, if I simply write UL, by default, it will come like this. Okay. Now, if I write OL, that is ordered list, and if I write type is equals to A, then it will come as ABC. If I write type is equals to small a, it will come as small abc. If I write type is equals to I, then it will come in lowercase Roman numerals. Okay. And here, suppose if I write it like this, OL type is equals to I, start is equals to 4, then it will start from the 4th element. Okay. And if I simply write OL, then by default it will take the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Then there is something called as DL tag, DT tag, and DD tag. Okay. So here I have this note. UL defines an unordered list, OL defines an ordered list, LI defines a list item. Then there is something called as DL tag. It defines a description list. Okay. Then DT defines a term in a description list, and DD is a description for that term. Okay. So DL is a description list. L stands for list. Then we have the term. Then we have the description for that. This is DL, DD, and DT. Okay. So here, for example, so here just focus at the end of this page. So here I have written this is my description list. Inside this I have certain terms. So here I have 2 terms, this coffee and milk. Okay. And here I have written this description for that. So coffee is black hot drink and milk is white cold drink. Okay. This is the description that I have written for that. So this thing is not coming by default. So here these hyphens I have written it. So it is not coming by default. So it is coming like this. Okay. So you will see for the list items, it is coming like this, whether it is ordered list or unordered list. But for this DL, DT and DD, it will come like this. Okay. Now we will go back to the question. Now here, the first thing is we have to create H1 tag. So it is fine in all the options. Okay. Then paragraph tag, it is also same in all the options. Okay. Then what we want to create? Here we want to create an unordered list. Okay. So which tag will you use? Quickly answer this question. Which tag will you use?
UL.
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 Okay.
UL.
So option A and B are eliminated. Okay. Then here option C and D, both of them are having UL tag. Now we will see what is the difference between these 2 options. Okay. Now these options are varying in anchor tag. So here inside this href, it is written visitexample.com, and here it is written https, and this address is written over here. Now tell me why option D is correct. Quickly, can anyone answer this
Link.
question?
The anchor text and anchor link is
It's a
Mhm.
changed.
Yeah,
Because it is a
because
link.
yeah, this is the link. That's why we will write it inside href, and the anchor text is visitexample.com. It is given in the question that the anchor text is this. That's why we will write between these anchor tags over here. That's why option D is correct. I hope this is clear to everyone.
Yes, sir.
Now this thing is already discussed. Okay. Now, okay, after this we have one more question. Okay, two questions are remaining. Okay, now here, this is one question. This is one of the PYQs, I guess. So here it is written, consider the below HTML and CSS styling. Okay. Now here, there is one fictitious situation given to us. So here it is written, assuming, so this is the code given to us. Now what is here, what is there in the code? Here we have this H3 and it is taking this class content. Okay. This is the main content. Okay. Then we have this button and here I have written on click is equals to remove underscore class, click me. Okay. So here we are, what are the type of stylings? Sorry, we are giving styling to this H3 with the help of element styling as well as class styling. Now tell me, if we are giving both the styling with the help of both element and content, what should be the final styling?
With the
What should be
class
the color?
styling. Red.
Color should be red, right? Okay. So before the color should be red. Now what is given in the question? Assuming clicking the button with the text click me removes the class content from the H3 element. Then what will be the text color of the text placed inside the H3 element before and after clicking the button? Okay. So this is just a fictitious situation given to us. It says that earlier we have this situation and once we click on the button, it will remove the class content. Okay. Now tell me, if the class content is removed, what will be the color of this is the main content? Tell me.
Ma'am, green.
Green color. Okay. Then option A is correct. At start, it will be in red color. Then if you click on the button, it will remove the class. So it will come, the text will come in green color. I hope it is clear to everyone.
Ma'am, once could you repeat, ma'am? Like you were too fast.
Okay. Okay. So here, what is there in the question? Here, we are given this code. Okay. So here we have this H3. After this, we have this button. Okay. Now just focus on this H3. Now we are giving styling to this H3 with the help of both element styling as well as class. Okay. So here we are
What
giving
does
styling with
this
the help of
remove?
class selector and element selector. Sorry,
Ma'am, I'm asking
please.
what does this remove class one?
Sorry, your voice is
Remove,
feeble.
remove. I'm
Yeah,
saying
I'm
what does this
explaining it.
remove
Please
class
wait.
one?
Yeah, wait. I'm explaining it. Okay. So here, right now, just focus on this H3. We are giving styling with the help of both H3, that is element selector, and this class selector. Okay, we know the order of precedence. Class is higher, has a higher precedence over element selector. So the color should be red at the start. Okay. Now, what is given in the question? We are given one fictitious situation that assume clicking the button, click me, removes the class content from the H3 element. Okay. So here it is simply saying when you click on this button, it will
You are
remove the class.
saying, hello, ma'am, you are saying
Yeah.
that it is just for the sake of this question, we are assuming that
Yeah.
remove
This
class
is just
removes
for
the
the sake
class.
of this question.
No features HTML
Yeah.
like this, right?
Basically, these are
That's
JavaScript
what I'm
things.
saying.
Okay. Here simply it is we are given this situation as such, nothing is happening over here. Here we are just given this condition, we have to assume it. That suppose if you click on this button, it is removing this class. You just have to assume this. Now tell me, if this class is equals to content, if this is getting removed, now then what will be the color of this is the main content?
Green.
Green,
Green,
ma'am.
It will
right?
become the
Element
green.
is the
Okay,
priority
so
now.
initially it will be red. Now the color will be green. That's why option number A is correct.
Okay,
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 you
ma'am.
have to
We can
assume
have
this. The question is
for
you have to
any
assume that clicking the button will remove class.
for any given element, we can have any number of style attached to it, and then the thing
Okay.
which you are doing at the end will be like implemented. If you remove the class, then the thing which is it is just like a stack data structure implements. Like for example, you're just keeping one on top of each other. If you remove the top one, the lower one is there. If you remove that out, then the thing which is below that will be there.
Yeah, you can consider it like that. So here the main thing is this is just a fictitious situation that is created for this question. You have to assume that this thing is happening. Okay. Now we have this question. Okay. So here consider the following HTML document. Okay. So here we have this division, and here we are giving this class ID. So here we are giving the styling to this division with the help of ID, then class, and also we are giving internal styling. Okay, and it has text hello mad1. Okay, now we will see this question. So here, how will the browser render the above HTML document? Okay, now the first thing is, where are we writing this ID class? We are writing it over here inside this style tag. So this is kind of part of internal styling. Do you agree to this?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and here we are given these four options. Okay, so we know that inline styling has higher precedence over internal styling. Right now, don't focus on these selectors. Just focus here. We have this inline styling. Okay, now we also have internal styling. Okay, but we know that inline styling has higher precedence over internal styling, and here we are giving background color as lime green. That's why the correct answer could be from option number A, C, D, and you can eliminate option number B. I hope everything is clear till this point. Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
now here we are giving styling with the help of element selector, ID selector, and class selector. Correct. Now what is the order of precedence for selectors? Quickly
ID,
answer.
class, element.
ID class.
Now what we will do, we will first focus on these elements because we know it has the highest precedence. Okay, so the border style will be dashed and background color will be orange. Okay, but we already have background color as lime green, so it cannot change because it is given by inline styling. Okay, so here if we consider about background color, we are giving it with the help of inline styling and internal styling. But we know inline styling has high precedence, so it will take background color as lime green. So now don't focus on this styling because we have already decided the background color is lime green. Now what is the uncommon styling? Now from the ID, we got this border style. So irrespective of anything, whether what is given in element selector and class selector, the border style will be dashed. Okay, so we have to confirm this thing. Now in the ID selector, we have border style dash. Now it will remain constant. Even if it is mentioned 100 of, like if it is mentioned in class or division, like in meaning in class selector or element selector, we will ignore that because now we have fixed that border style will be dashed. Now we will check for the uncommon stylings. Now border style is fixed. Now border color. Now here we have two choices for border color. Either it could be blue or it could be yellow. Okay. So here this is shorthand property. So here this is shorthand property, the way of writing multiple styles all at once. So here it is written as for 4 pixel dotted yellow. So this border will be 4 pixel. This is the type of border and this is the color of border. Okay, this is the shorthand property. Now here we have already fixed the background color is lime green. So we will ignore this part. Now we know border style is dashed. So where after this, whenever this thing is coming, we will ignore that. Okay. Now here it is written border style is solid. We will ignore this. Here it is written border style is dotted. We will ignore this. We know border style is dashed. Now in between class and division, who has higher precedence?
Class.
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 So border color will be blue. Okay. And here, what is the uncommon thing? Width. So we don't have to do as such for this width. Okay. So what we have decided, background color will be lime green. Border style will be dashed. and the color, border color will be blue. So it is option number C. Is it clear to
Ma'am,
everyone how we deduced it? Yeah, tell me.
ma'am, hello.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Ma'am, this background color and border color, both are
Background color
differently, and
is
border color.
this.
Both the things are
See,
differently precedence.
wait.
Oh,
First thing is, what is background color? The color given to the text in the background is background color. Now this is my border. Okay. So this is the content and this is my border. Now it can be dot or dashed or a solid. Okay. Now first thing is, here don't focus on the selectors. We have inline styling and we have internal styling. You tell me what is the order of precedence between inline and internal?
no, ma'am, in styling, just like color, background color and border color, you selected from the two different sources, right? So that difference I wanted to understand. In
See, this is background color, okay? Now border color is different, background color is different. Background color we have decided as lime green, okay? Now for the border color, here
that
we
is only
have
my question,
two
ma'am.
options. Yeah, I'm telling you. So for the border color, we have two options. So in the class, we have border color as blue, okay? And in the element selector, we have border color as yellow. So here I said this is a shorthand property. If it is written like this, border 4 pixel dotted yellow, it means the width of the border is 4 pixel, the type of the border is dotted, and the color of the border is yellow. Is it clear now? Is it clear?
Yes.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Okay. So here we had these two options. So from this we know as class has higher precedence over element, that's why it will take border color as blue. Okay, now go ahead. Who was asking?
Ma'am, if in class there was dotted blue, then what would have been the output?
Dotted blue where for
Ma'am,
border
yes,
style.
ma'am.
Okay,
For
you tell
border,
me
ma'am.
what is the precedence between ID
No,
and
ma'am.
class?
Ma'am, I am asking if in
Mhm.
front of border color there would have been dotted blue. So we have the style from ID dashed, but we don't have the
Border
border color.
style is different, border color is different. Border color is color, right? Border style could be solid or dashed or dotted.
Would
You
it have
cannot write
picked?
border color dotted blue.
Oh, then, ma'am, how in the division tag it has been written 4px dotted
This
yellow?
is short property. This is the way of writing. There is something called a shorthand property. You go to W3 schools and check for this. There is a particular syntax of writing this, like for border, for margin. Like we will see these things in detail in the upcoming session. See, I don't want to introduce so many things at this point of time because it will be overwhelming. So this is the shorthand property. So there is syntax for clubbing the stylings together for some of the elements like border, margin, padding. Okay, so we will discuss these things in detail in the upcoming session. So it is not like we can write border color dotted blue. So here, if I have written it like this, border 4 pixel dotted yellow, it means this is the width of the border, this is the type of the border, and this is the color of the border. This is border color, this is border style, and this is the width of the border.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, this is short.
Excuse me,
This the
ma'am.
short. This defined thing. Yeah, tell me.
Ma'am, what if we forgot to write the border color?
Where in a box in this class box
Yes, ma'am. What if we did not mention the border color?
over here, right? Then it will take the color as yellow.
Yes,
Okay, I have
ma'am.
already written it over here. See, these are the things when you practice it on your own, these things will be more clear. I already have this over here. Okay, so if I preview, if I go to this preview, So here you can see the answer is coming like this. Okay. Now here, suppose I don't have border color over here, then it will take the color from this element selector. So
No,
see,
ma'am, from
when you
both the
when you
division, ma'am, from if the color is not mentioned on the division also, so what with the default color?
it will be black.
Okay, ma'am.
Got it?
Okay,
That's what
okay.
I'm
Thank you, ma'am.
saying. Once you practice it, like whatever is coming to your mind, just practice it. Then in this case, like you can create different situations and then you can check what is the final output. Okay. Now after this, I have one more question. Okay. So an HTML code and CSS code is given below. Which of the following currently represents its rendered output? Okay. This is the HTML code. Here we have this style.css file. So here we have these three ID selectors. Okay. Then here inside this style, we have the styles. Okay. Then here we have two spans and one paragraph type. Okay. Now we have to tell the rendered output. Now the first thing is, tell me, span is an inline element or a block element?
Inline.
Inline. So span 1 and 2 should come one beside each other, right? And as paragraph is a block element, it will come in a separate line. So is option number B possible?
No.
No, right?
It should be
So we
content
can,
one, content two together,
yeah,
then the
so we
content
can
three.
eliminate that. Yeah, we can eliminate this option. Now we are left with option number A, C, and D. And we are seeing that, so see, I'm telling you the elimination method as well, like how you should do it while you are in exam. Okay, so mostly if you are going by elimination method, that will save your time. So here we are strictly eliminating option number B. And now here if I see option number A, C, and D, content one is same. Okay, and for option number A, now we can check for either content 2 or either content 3. Okay, now because we have three options. Now quickly we will first check option number 3. Sorry, content 3. Okay, now in this content 3, here we are giving styling with the help of ID. Okay, and here we are also giving styling with the help of element. Okay, now let me come to VS Code. This is question 11. Okay, just content 1, content 2, content 3. Okay, this is style2.css. So it has this 4. Let's check this as well. The one has color blue, red is exclamation important, then 2 and 3 has green color. Then this HTML code, it is style2.css, then this font that is bold, and here we have this exclamation important, then this span 1, then 2, then paragraph has content 3. Okay. Now to this content 3, we have okay. Now this paragraph has ID 3. Okay, and it also has, we are also giving the styling internally. So here this ID 3 is mentioned in the external CSS document. Okay, let us first check what will happen. Where is ID 3? It is in, I think, in style2.css. This is my ID 3. It is giving color green. Okay, let us first check what will happen if I write it like this. Okay, so here I am giving this styling. Now inside this paragraph, I have written ID equals to 3. Now this ID 3 is written in external CSS file. And we are also giving element styling. We are giving styling to this paragraph element with the help of element styling, and it is written inside this style tag. Okay. Now where this paragraph tag is getting styling? From internal and external. Okay. From this internal styling and external CSS file. Then what is the order of precedence? Internal style has higher precedence over external CSS. That's why this content 3 is coming in green color. Okay. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Here, now, here there are multiple stylings given at multiple places. Now we have certain constraints, so we will go by the styling. So here we have ID3. So had it been over here, so maybe the styling would have been different, but here we have the ID3 in external CSS file, and we are giving element styling which is mentioned over here. Now we know internal styling has higher precedence over external CSS. That's why this paragraph is coming in green color. Now let us check what will happen if I write this ID3 over here. Suppose if I write it over here. So we can start with 3. Suppose if I give color green. Okay. So here if I this line as well. Okay. Now is this case clear to everyone? Why content 3 is taking aqua color?
Yes, ma'am.
Can anybody answer this? Now both of these stylings, this ID3 and element styling, are inside this style tag. Okay. Now we know the order of precedence. ID has higher precedence over element styling. That's why this content 3 is coming in aqua color. See, I am discussing multiple cases. Don't get confused. First check where are we mentioning the styling, and then based on that you decide what should be the order of precedence. Okay. Now this is the original case. Now here, now in the original question, I think exclamation important was written over here. Let me check that. Okay. See, exclamation important was written over here. And we know whenever this exclamation important comes, irrespective of anything, it will have. Now we know that if exclamation important is coming somewhere, then it is irrespective of anything, it will take that color. So content 3 will come in violet color. Okay. Now we are left with content 2. Okay. Now for content 2, now here we have eliminated option number B. Now option number A is also eliminated. Now we are left with option number C and D. Now it is varying in content 2. The color is different for content 2. Now we will check for content 2. Now in content 2, so here we are giving ID and class together. Okay. So and we have mentioned this over here. Now here it is we are giving ID2 and we are also giving class 2. So now let me go to this first. Now I will go to style2.css. So we are giving ID2 and we are giving class 2. Now we will see what if this exclamation important wasn't there. Let me comment this for now.
It will be blue.
Okay.
Oh,
So to this content 2, we are giving both ID, we are giving styling with the help of both ID and class. But we know ID has high precedence, that's why it will take green color. But in the original question, we are giving explanation important. That's why the content 2 will take red color. So this is the final answer. Okay. So according to the question, the final styling that it will take is option number C. Okay, see, I have explained this thing, but it may be confusing at this point of time. I
Please
suggest you
sum
go
up.
through the document again. Yeah, tell me.
Please sum up on this last question.
Okay. So, see, I have already discussed multiple cases, so you can watch this session and you can watch it again. Okay, but only particular to this question. Now I will explain why it is option number C. Okay, we already know that these are the span elements, content 1 and 2, so they will come one beside each other. So we have eliminated option number B. Now we are left with option number A, C and D. And now in option A, C and D, we see that it is varying in content 2 and 3. So we'll first check for content 3. Okay, now for this content 3, here we are giving styling with the help of element, and we are also giving styling with the help of id3. Now where is id3? id3 is in external css file, and here this element styling is in internal styling. Now we know internal styling has high precedence over external styling, and here also this estimation important is there. That's why content 3 will take this wallet color. Okay, now we have wallet color in both option number C and D. So now we will check for the color of content 2. Now for this content 2, we are giving both id and class. Now where have we mentioned this id and class? We have mentioned it in css code. So here we are giving id2 and class 2. Now this is my class 2 and this is my id2. So according to our preference, ID should have given ID has high precedence. But here we have written exclamation important. That's why content 2 will take red color and the option is answer number C. Okay, is it clear to everyone? See, this might sound confusing at this point of time, but as I said that I will be sharing this document and code with you. First go through this code and then practice it on your own, then it will be more clear to all of you. Okay, that's it for today's session. I hope whatever I have discussed today is clear to everyone. As these things are new to everyone, it might sound confusing, but go step by step, watch this session again. Then what you can do, I will be sharing this code, watch this session and then practice it on your own. Then it will be clear to you like what are the precedents of styling, then what are the precedents for selector. If we mix the styling and selector together, then how to deduce the final styling. Okay, then that encoding questions and all those things. Okay, so that's it for today's session. Thanks for joining in. You can drop off. I'm closing the session. Any doubt?
Ma'am, where can we find these documents in
Yeah,
supplementary
okay, let
content?
me share my screen again. Yeah, it will be shared under supplementary content. So already the content for week 1 is already there, and you can also see the TA sessions list. Okay, so over there I will be sharing these HTML codes and this document with you. Okay, yes, Prashant.
Ma'am, can you show how to host HTML web page on command line, means on terminal, without using VS Code? Hello,
Without
am I
using
audible?
VS Code.
Yes, ma'am.
I didn't get your question.
Uh, can I use my PC as a server? Means can I host a web page, HTML web page without using the VS Code?
So for that you can use Python server, Python -m http dot server. So you can
Yes,
write
sir.
this code
What's
in command prompt as well. Wait, I will write it in the chat.
okay.
So you will open that code. So you can open command prompt over there. Okay. Obviously, you want to write this code somewhere, you have to write it, right? So either you can write it in VS Code or else you can write it in command prompt. So we'll write Python -m http dot server. So it will create Python server. So this will create Python server. Okay, someone has already written it. So this will create Python server. Then it will you can use it to serve your files. This is also possible. Okay, that's it for today's session. Thanks for joining. You can drop. I
Thank
will
you.
upload this. I will upload this session to the YouTube so you can watch it over there as well. Thank you.